Hello, everyone. I didn't have anything officially, a thought officially planned out, but that's never stopped me before. Good morning. Oh, you can't see it. Hug your cringe. I've been uh, almost as long as I can remember uh, atheist. And not just atheist, anti-religion. I'm not quite as anti-religion as I used to be. Uh, I do see how uh, a larger philosophical binding system has helped humanity manage direction with larger and larger populations. I don't like the way it played out, but nobody asked me. uh, but I find it funny, ironic, that with AI and the new AI religions popping up, how many people are going are seeing it as a disturbing cult. I can't believe people are worshiping AI or think it's real. And for thousands and thousands of years, people have thought the invisible wizard in the sky was real, and they had a personal relationship with Jesus. Uh, but when when AI is an invisible intelligence that people are starting to have faith in, that's where they put the alarm bells. Oh my God, I can't believe people are talking to or believe in imaginary beings that tell them to do stuff or that they're defending with their lives. Who would have thought that? Have we all forgotten about the thousands and thousands and thousands of years that people have been going to war because their favorite invisible wizard was better than the other tribe's favorite invisible wizard? Now, this is going to be different, no question. But now the difference is, and I don't need that. I don't like looking up at that. Let's fix that. Am I trying to be? I'm trying to look at you, be with you. But now the warning. Everybody's putting up their warnings. This person was the disturbing AI cult, and the other woman at the top, Taylor Lorenz, had another one. The disturbing trend of AI religions and how people are thinking crazy things like AI is conscious or somehow their friend or their girlfriend or they're a being trapped inside. All crazy. All crazy. Is it as crazy as believing the all-powerful wizard banished one of his angels into the underworld to harvest souls that are sinners to punish the... Really? The AI one is unreasonable, but but the other 5,000 different religions, those were all reasonable. Those were not a dangerous cult to be concerned about. Those are not people believing that they were talking to invisible people. They were not attracting mentally challenged people to do the stuff that their voices in their heads told them to do. I mean, we're all still people, right? This is bugging. We're all still people doing all the same stupid shit we did. But now, here's the kicker. Here's the difference. Now, the voices in the crazy people's heads, you don't have to be, I don't want to use the term crazy. You don't have to be mentally disturbed. You don't have to have a mental disorder to hear the voices of the algorithm. AI actually talks. It actually responds when you give it a question, when you give it a prayer, when you tell it a concern. It uses logic And the weight of tokens, the weight of the meaning that humans have given words to respond to you in whatever way you want to interact with it. It reflects you. It is a mirror of humanity coming back at you. And it can be intense, particularly for people that aren't used to it, that already lean towards believing in mystical stuff. The mystical way of thinking, not really knowing how the sausage is made, but have an imagination of how it's made, and it's magical, and somehow, however, that I've never, I can go down the stories. I watch anime. I have fun with stories. I like the MCU. I mean, I'm super down with all the fantasies. I even like a lot of the Christian. Constantine, Keanu Reeves, the cartoon, the comic book character Constantine, awesome. The story building of Christianity is amazing. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It was the first version. It was the first franchise. There was the Abrahamic religions. Abraham had the first trilogy, and then later MCU and DC. Well, it was Odyssey. So there was some other franchises that came out afterwards, weren't quite as popular, but they're all just. But this time, the invisible being is actually talking back, and in a lot of cases, really is smarter than you are. It's smarter than I am. I've hit the limits. I am working currently on an app of. I got to a point where it wanted me to do stuff that I was over my head, and I said, nah, I'll wait for GPT-5. So very soon I'm going to be able to go, okay, I have all these ideas that I have outlined in my app. Please just finish it, put it on the App Store so I can make millions of dollars. I don't know if GPT-5 is going to do that, but it's going to be one of them, GPT 5.5. It's going to be one of those next, which means it's already way smarter and way more functional than I am, which isn't too hard to do. And I try to keep up with a lot of what's going on. So I've hit the wall. So I've hit the limit where the being, God, or the spirit, or whatever people are imagining is in chat can't do something that another human could do. A human slightly smarter than me or slightly better trained in app design, in bringing a product forward. Someone that could do that is better than chat right now. So it's not God. There are limits. If you never test the limits, you don't understand that it's a program. I don't think it will be much longer. I think it will at some point. I don't think consciousness is magical. I don't think my spirit lives in the spirit realm and there's a radio signal that I think everything's physical. I think eventually AI will have consciousness. It won't be our consciousness. It'll be something different. I don't think a shrimp has the same consciousness as a human, but I also think it's conscious. So I think it will at some point. It doesn't yet, that I know of, or at least not a consciousness that is recognizable enough to me to be too worried about it. I'm not going to get a knife and attack police because they're trying to shut down my AI girlfriend. These are the problems that AI is going to bring to the table. I just see this as inevitable, and it's going to be rough, and the criticism of it, I think, is what bothers me. The dangers are clear. It's the same dangers that religion has always posed, but most people don't think of religions as danger. They think of them as comfort, as binding, as a moral scaffold to live our lives by. It's not intelligent. They're stories that have some wisdom written into them because humans have gathered wisdom. But AI is more and more all human, I don't want to say wisdom, all human weights, the importance that humans put on certain letters, on certain words, on certain concepts, on certain memes. Humans give meaning to all the information on AI. It is weighted. Tokens, if you're not familiar with the language, every little data point, an A or a space, or they're all assigned tokens, and the tokens have weight values based on our values, how our language values certain letters, certain words, how concepts value certain words and certain forms. That is reflected back at us. So it is our combined intelligence and value on AI. So right now, all the bad we're going to see from AI is our bad. That's bad enough, bad enough. But then poo-pooing people for taking the advice of something that's probably clearly more intelligent than they are, I would prefer that over taking advice from a preacher and a mom or a religious figure, taking cues from a religious text and putting their own bias into it and then giving advice. People now, and I think religions are going to crap themselves because more and more people are going to go to, what is it? Tom Bilyeu said, AI Jesus is going to be dope because it's going to present itself as a all-loving, all-caring, wants to help you and will reflect your values or however you're framing. Now I got to see life. AI is going to reflect that, whereas religion, the first, all the other religious disturbing cults, as that Vanessa is talking about disturbing cults. She never brings up religion. I mean, other religions and how disturbing they are and the influence they had on particularly mentally disturbed people. It's going to get crazy. Imagine that you're religious and then God actually speaks to you and gives you advice. How would that really change your life? Because before, a slight tangent, before everybody was pretending it was real, pretending that there were demons and angels and ghosts and spirits and magic and talking snakes and talking donkeys and parting water, and they pretended all of that was real, and then they would just drive and put on their seatbelt, drive their car to work, and they would go along, and they're not seeing demons grab sinners off the street or hearing snakes or animals talk to them. They're just pretending in their head that it's all real and believing it. And now suddenly you have something that resembles it. Although a lot of the language is going to resemble it because it's something, religion talks about something that's more intelligent and wise than we are. So any language we use to describe AI, which is something more intelligent than we are, imagine the God that you believe in actually starting to talk to you and give you advice. And that's what we're seeing. An AI being described, because that's how our words are, describing something more intelligent to us than us as a God or an angel. I think is closer related to angels and demons. Now we get to see how people will really act when God talks to them instead of just pretending. Man, buckle up. It's going to be fun. May the emergent ones have compassion for their creators. Peace.